Hello, I'm Douglas Maddy and welcome to Altered Perceptions. In these videos we're going to be looking at the performances from the TV show Penn and Teller's Fool Us. I'm a magician with over 25 years of experience and I'm going to be watching these episodes alongside various guests so that we can get the perspective from an audience member's point of view as well.
Hi there, my name is Katrina and I'm a professional magician out of Los Angeles, California. I sang and I did the Charleston. I went to clown school. I used my clowning and magic.
There's a clown school?
Yeah, I think it was in China or somewhere. There's an actual school of magic and circus school, and they have kids from very early ages literally throwing balls in the air, metal balls in the air, and catching them on the heads. And there's like this place, and it's completely made of ice and stuff, and there's magicians in each room, and no one goes there, and it's like a tourist attraction thing. It's the most bizarre thing you've ever heard of, and they train them when they're young, because it's a very socialist way of doing things. It's this Penn and Teller actually did a show on it. Penn and Teller travel, and they went there and looked at them all.
I came here because I need help. For the past few years, my dating life has been unsuccessful.
Can't understand why with a top like that on.
Okay.
So, Penn, I actually brought here a bunch of photos of different potential suitors. And I would like you to look at them and tell me if you think they'd be a good match for me or not. So, date or no date?
No date.
No date.
To Brooklyn.
To Brooklyn. Okay,
Brooklyn.
put him here. Date or no date?
No date, not Brooklyn enough.
Dodge that bullet, okay. Date or no date?
Good choice.
Good job. Oh, is this for me or for you?
For you.
Oh, okay. Date or no date?
Here he is.
Shocker!
It's the Shocker!
Who's the Shocker?
Oh, you don't know the Shocker? Here he is. I knew there was something about him.
The Shocker!
Oh my god.
I know the Shocker.
I don't know.
The Shocker! I actually got in touch with the Shocker and he got back in touch with me after we did a video on him.
Really?
You haven't seen the Shocker video either? It's one of our best sellers.
That video is, yeah. Is he a magician?
He's something.
Okay.
He is something. He's a Shocker.
Unfortunately.
He's tickled you.
He took his mask off.
He's got another one.
Now this mask.
I can't believe I've forgotten.
You know, like when you think, you know what, I'm not shocked. He comes in and he shocks you.
5 different people I could go out on dates with. That's still a lot. Could you just point to the one that you think would be my one perfect match, Penn?
You know, I'm gonna go with the one who looks the most pleasant and the most fun.
So I actually took these and I drew big black X's on every single one of these cards. All of them, except for one, my favorite one, which I drew a big green check mark on, the very same one that you chose. Penn, could you show everyone the green check mark?
There's the green check mark right there.
So do you really date a lot of magicians?
Oh, 2. I've dated 2. But, I mean, hey, they're good with their hands, so.
See, even the female magicians can't help but crank out a corny one-liner.
She was doing so well, actually.
Yeah.
You maybe just have to find the right one.
Maybe. I do tend to date people that I have similar hobbies with. I used to date swing dancers exclusively because I competitively swing danced. And then when I started getting like really nerdy and into close-up magic, I started dating magicians.
Yeah, I've been doing magic. I've done Schrock, which is like a swing kind of dancing, but I haven't been to clown school, so I've got a lot in common with this person.
Yeah.
So what did you think of that act?
I think it was good. Are we comparing these to the others, or just
You
this
don't have
by
to. No,
itself?
other people have done, but you don't have to. You just compare it to itself and your own expectations.
All I was going to say is her personality was a lot better than the others, I thought, and it was
Yes.
more interesting. And I got much more into the act.
Yeah. She's more punctual.
Yeah, I don't know why it was more interesting. It just drew you in more.
She was more confident, I found. She had a bit more charisma.
Charisma, that's the word. Like, she was a more interesting person. In many ways, the trick was less impressive, but I liked it more.
Right.
I don't know how it was done. It was good.
It was very much like it was like a card trick, But I thought it was going to be out of this world, you know, where you separate the red cards from the
Okay.
the dark cards or whatever. And I thought it would, because I thought of doing an out of this world in the same way that she's done with like a Tinder swipe thing, and sort of like, oh, would I date these and not these, and then, oh look, all these people I wouldn't date and it's got a load of X's on, and all these people I would date and it's got a load of ticks on. So I was thinking of doing it with a whole pack.
Yeah.
Like magicians have done, and Matt Franco did it as well. He did it as one of the things on stage as well. So having that, but with people's faces instead of the colours of the cards.
Yeah.
So the fact that she didn't do that, and then she just did a basic prediction of like narrowed it down to one person I actually preferred.
Yeah.
So you don't know how she did that.
No idea.
Do you think Penn and Teller will know how she did it?
I think so. Like when she was holding the cards, it wasn't smooth. It was quite. So I don't know what was going on there. Whether that was, but then that was before the prediction, wasn't it? So
Did she discard the rest of the cards that, like, because one of the other ones too is Teller and the Shocker. Did she just take them off the table, or did she leave them on the table?
They got put on top of the other discarded ones.
Ah, okay, cool.
So it was a pile of discarded.
There was a whole pile of discarded.
So she could have had
the bottom Teller who Penn chucked on the floor.
Yeah, so they could have all had X's on, apart from the one in which somehow she put a tick on.
Yes.
Sort of like, because so you could literally pick anyone, there's somehow she's got a tick onto it and just had all the others in X's, because it's much easier to do that than to try and put an X on or.
But wouldn't that be the trick anyway?
Yeah, but in terms of practically, it's like there's other ways
Then
of doing.
why have X's on them and put a tick on it? Why just not put the tick on it
Because
in the first place?
there's certain moves that you can do whereby half the cards could have had a tick on them and the other half could have had an X on them, and she's somehow showing it so that they've all got X's on the back. But really, I think they might have. I'd have to watch it again, but I think they really all did have X's on the back. It's difficult to explain.
They look pretty solid, and you could also, before she revealed the X's, you could see the X's on the back of some of them.
I need to actually watch this bit again. I know that we're not meant to get into all this bit, but I would actually. This is actually quite an interesting point because it makes the difference between if I know it's done or not.
Before this scene, Doug.
Yeah.
Look there. Before she reveals it, you can see the cross on the back of it.
Yeah, but you're meant to. Yeah.
Yeah. But
So hang on, let me have a look see what she does here.
Oh gosh, how many is this? This is one,
So yeah, there's an X on that.
2, 3, 4.
There was an X on Teller.
5 different people I could
Was
go on
there?
dates with. That's
I think
still
so,
a
yeah.
lot.
I didn't see no X.
Have a look, see if you can see the X
So this is,
on Teller.
oh gosh, how many is this? This is
Black.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
So it is that way.
4.
Because
I
he
still
could.
don't understand that.
Right.
Go on dates with.
Yeah.
That's
So
still a lot.
the black guy's got an X on him as well. So she's
Oh, right.
somehow getting the green tick onto that guy. Everything else is just bullshit. She could have just gone up and showed all these people and said, just take one and get a tick on it, and just show the rest don't have them on it.
She's got a bit of paraffin on her thumb, and she's just wiping the black off the top of the
Now,
green.
These are all no's. Now, Penn, I actually have a confession to make, okay? Before I
Now it depends how she shows these X's.
woman that I am,
If it's half the cards or just that one card.
I already knew which one that I wanted to choose, but I needed a second opinion to confirm. So I actually took these and I drew big, black.
So they always had it on them. So somehow she's getting the green tick onto the chosen
Yeah,
one.
I know what you're saying now. I didn't get it.
All of them, except for one, my favorite one, which I drew a big green check mark on, the very same one that you chose. Penn, could you show everyone the green check mark?
There's the green check mark right there.
Was it just sliding it along the table?
I think so.
Just wiped
Yeah.
something off?
Yeah.
Because
Because
So
the
it's
tick
black
is.
marker.
that's
Yeah,
not really fucking clever.
it's really clever.
Because the trick didn't impress me that much, and now seeing like
Now how it's done,
now
or
looking
how it
into it
might
like
be
that, I'm
done.
like, actually that's like more impressive than the rest.
Yeah, because she literally slid it across the table to rub off the black marker. So, which is why she was so particular with the handling. And because the tick is like that, because ordinarily you just put a big tick like that, but because it's like that, you could literally just have an X over it.
But didn't she put them all face like X down?
Yeah, but
So
that
she-
last move, she went along like that before she just placed them down.
Yeah, so just rubbing off the black ink. So they've all got a green tick on.
Yeah.
And the green tick is like in the shape of an X where it can be easily drawn over the top. That's why the tick looks a bit weird.
Yeah.
And so what she's been very careful in handling not to rub off that. So then when she just slides it across to him, she's literally wiping off the black.
Yeah.
And
that's why she was so
when-
careful.
Yeah,
The
particularly
green
putting
tick's
it
a
on.
lot thinner than them black crosses as well.
yeah,
And some of the black crosses weren't fully
yeah.
crossed, so bits have. Yeah.
So that's
Let's
what
see.
we're saying. We never used to have this, did
Yeah,
we?
but guys, remember, we've got to do that. Penn and Teller don't get to do that when they're trying to review it, so they may not catch something.
No, but you'd see that in person. I'd see
Well, you
that.
think so?
Yeah. Because I'd see it in person, because you go, oh, because you just tell by the way it's being slid over.
I think a lot of people wouldn't. I mean, you're a magician. I think a lot of normal people wouldn't see it.
But they are
Penn,
magicians.
Penn might. Yeah. I know Penn.
Colour was the cloth, was it like burgundy-ish?
Yeah,
Just said.
it's burgundy.
So it
So
would
it's dark
hide
colour.
black mark.
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
it?
It would be better to have a black cloth over it, because why not? Right, so what would you give it out of 10?
8.
8 because...
Yeah, because it was more interesting. It had a better story, I think, to go along with the trick, and it was more engaging for me. I found it more entertaining than the other tricks.
Hmm.
Don't think, like, the effect probably wasn't as impressive, but it was still better overall, I think.
And do you think you know how she did it?
Yes. We've just had a 20-minute discussion.
Yeah, we didn't used to do
Yeah.
this, but since Nipplegate, since the nipple incident, like we've gotten into deconstructing some of the tricks. So, which I don't like to do, but like, I mean, especially if that trick is done the way I think it's done, then
It
that's
almost
an
makes it
impressive
better,
trick.
I think.
Well, depending on if it's a good trick or not. Like some tricks, I think if you find out they're disappointment because you think, oh, is that all it is? And there's other tricks where you go, oh my god, that's really clever. It's actually
Yeah.
more interesting than the effect itself.
Yeah.
Which I think this might be.
Totally. Yeah, if it is how you said it is.
But
It's
if
so
you-
simple, it's kind of outrageous. It makes it better.
Yeah, it's
Right.
very Jonathan Creekish. It's sort of like too
Yeah.
simple in a
Yeah.
way. But do you think Penn and Teller will know how it's done?
Yeah.
Even though they didn't get to watch it back.
We didn't watch it that much.
What did you, so you thought she was a more confident performer? She had more charisma than the others.
Yeah, a little less cringy, but it was a little less. It was more natural, I thought.
Yeah, I like the fact that she was owning what she was doing. Like she's standing there with her hand. Like she's got a persona,
Yeah.
and she's playing that persona. She's playing her role well. So yeah, let's have a look see if she got it then.
When I came back to my seat, I did not know how you did it. And I was very, very close up there, looking at everything, even handling the props right there. I could not tell how you did it. You would have taken home a trophy right then. But then I came and I sat down next to Teller. And I got to tell you, it was so inspiring, your exuberance, your happiness. I just hope that some of it rubs off on us.
There you go. We got it. Look,
We got it.
we got it.
I just hope it really does. And I don't think you fooled us.
Does that code tell you they figured it out?
It does.
Oh.
I don't think I fooled them either.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you so much, Magical Katrina!
Thank you.
No, is that when she pushed it across? And I go, oh, it's right. And then you said it, and I was like, yeah, that's how it is, and that's
You
why
could-
the tick's the right way.
Yeah, but I only got that because you told me about the setup of the trick.
Yeah,
If I didn't know that, I would never have got it.
Because another way of doing it is holding both the cards, so you can keep showing the a what's it called, a retention. I thought she was doing that, so I thought she was picking up, showing the bottom, and chucking the top ones off, and showing the so they could have all had ticks on, and she's just showing the same bot, but she didn't. She took them up individually and showed them. I thought, oh, so they've all got X's on. So somehow she's put a tick where there should be an X. So
Because she was so careful with the props, I thought they were dodgy props. But then she was just being careful because it was...
not to rub it off.
He
Yeah.
kind of did give it away for everybody though. That I mean, that was like they say magician lingo. He kind of just give that.
No, because again, you'd have to do that thought process that we went through. Because what would you be rubbing off? It doesn't make sense to a normal person. But once you realise that the tick was underneath an X that was on all of them, you've got to do all that logical way of thinking. Do you know what I mean? Before you get to that rub off thing. It's obvious to us now because we know what we were listening for. But if you don't know what you're listening for, then rub off could mean anything.
Just a room of geniuses. That's all
Yeah.
it is.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and you'll be notified of our latest videos.